There are different ideas that shape an MMO's creation. Stats, abilities, and the structure of a class can prove to define the way that a certain class runs. The structure can determine whether or not you'll be more bulky but slower, more agile but flimsy, or you can just be a cross hybrid of the two. World of Warcraft really is no exception to this, and with it still being one of the strongest games in the market, the formula of structure isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Yet there's one thing I'd want to focus on today, a piece of the game that I'd argue is possibly the most important of its kind. I'm talking about mobility. A class's ability to deal damage is important, but the enabled factor to outrun your opponents for a quick heal, or zip off behind a corner to sit down for a warm conjured mana bun, can't be taken for granted in the game. And so we'll be taking a look at these abilities and determine which one, in theory, is the best of the best. The problem is, this kind of work needs an in-depth analysis, and truly in order to get an understanding on how these mobile movements can interact with one another, there are a ton of variables to take into account. So for this video, I'm going to be only focused on what I'm going to be determining that medium to get the best results in the game. First, let's go over what I'm trying to calculate. The abilities in World of Warcraft that I'm going to be primarily focusing on is any mobile speed boost that can be calculated within a base formula of speed, meaning distance over time. Things such as sprint, dash, divine steed, all of those can be calculated using this formula. I'll also be looking at enhancer to these abilities. The problem is that while knowing time of an ability is easy enough, based off the number that is given to you in the game, it becomes extremely difficult to determine the distance you can actually cover with the character. But while it may prove to be difficult, it isn't impossible. In fact, there is a simple way to determine the speed of a character using this formula. You see, each class has one spell or ability that is a ranged attack, or can be calculated from a certain range. Example being Shadow Step can be used at 25-yard distances. The abilities are also highlighted based off of red and white markers, meaning if you're too far away from the target to use that ability, it'll have a red marker, while if you're close enough to the target to use it, it's indicated as white. Using this, along with the counting footsteps of a character, we can actually determine the true amount of distance you cover, or at the very least a very close and precise estimate. Once we get those numbers on how many yards they can cover over time, we can then determine the speed at which a character is going, and determine where they end up on the basic speed graph. I'll go ahead and state this before making this though, I'm not necessarily the most precise person when it comes to these types of estimates, but I'm willing to go ahead and be a guinea pig for someone to roast me later about how I did the whole thing wrong, and how I should just go with YouTube before I even start. Blasphemy, human! Blasphemy! Even so, in the coming weeks, I'll be determining which World of Warcraft abilities are the best when determining their speed. So buckle up, folks, and get ready to do some math. We'll be looking at the list in alphabetical order, starting with the Death Knights and finishing up with the Warriors. Hey guys, it's Camixs, and thanks so much for watching the video. If you watched it all the way through, just say something in the comments like Vanilla Coke. I'll know then that you watched it, and that you were at least entertained or at least somewhat held by it. It's my first time I've actually, focused on really editing something that isn't just, just me playing a game. It's actually me trying to get in depth and learn a little bit more about the video game I play. So that, to me, is probably a little bit more important. It means a lot to me that you've been able to watch it. And, just if you want to see more of it, go ahead and click that subscribe button, Put that notifications bell on. I will be releasing these videos, at least I'll try to release them once every week. If not, then once every other week. Just depends on how my schedule is going. I also have a Twitter that I am currently working on right now, creating some small content here and there. It's nothing serious, but if you want to go follow me on Twitter, I will have a link for that down below, and I'll also have something up on the screen for you to take a look at. Finally, I've got my Twitch channel. I am working on that right now. I only stream on Mondays right now at 3 Eastern Standard Time. But I am looking to try to get more into it as, my schedule starts to open up a little bit and I start to take this a little more seriously. For now, though, like I said, I only stream on Mondays. Mount runs usually is what I end up doing that day. If I have anything else, I'll go ahead and just take care of it that way. But, again, thank y'all for watching, and I hope to see you next week for the Demon Hunter video. Not Demon Hunter, actually, it's Dead Knight. The Death Knight video. The Demon Hunters are going to be afterwards. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you soon.